Hello, welcome to Go Library. This is Dr. Ming. Today, our friend Connie, a professional lady from Hong Kong, is going to inform us what's going on in her home city. There are protests there, but few Western media reported it. It is very weird and worrying. So please tell us, Connie. The police has banned a pro-democracy protest scheduled for today. Could you share with us um, why people, Hong Kong people, still want to protest today, and what is its goal?
Well, today is Mum's Day and people they are celebrating with family, but they still respond to online calls to come out, just not doing much, chanting, singing, things like that. It's supposed to be peaceful, but as you can see, we see tons of cops there coming out, heavy gear, dispersing crowds and causing chaos, or issue tickets to find them. That's not what I mean. The purpose is meant to be peaceful, but the we came out just to show our support for democracy. We are not there to destroy, to cause damage. But every time they come out, we see violence and we see people they just got tortured and attacked. Yeah,
So you feel pretty upset, right?
it's really depressing because the past week the oppression is growing. You see them at every shopping mall. People they are men just they are singing, chanting. It's not a crime, but when they are out with guns, batons, or and beating people inside, that's so. I mean what they're doing is so vicious. It's deplorable.
Yeah, yeah, we do see the photos shows that the police are arresting people, and I wonder whether you can see this picture. Yeah, let me see. If I select. So you can see people. Yeah, the police are arresting people here, and we can see girls and boys got arrested.
Yeah.
And yeah, please go ahead.
And some of them, they are really shoppers. They are not there doing anything, just shopping around, or some of them, they just walk out of eatery. That's it. But then they are charged of violating social gathering rules and fine. What's wrong with the cops? They are just doing their job selectively. If they are pro-government, okay, we let you go. But if they are not, then okay, we'll just treat you differently.
So very selectively, but mostly it seems to be young people, right? You see this
Yeah.
girl, and there's another one is a boy. So all young people. Why the police seems to be selective to detain youngsters?
Well, I really have no clue, but what I can see is that all the teens, they are their targets. Perhaps they are weak, easy target. That's what I can think of.
Oh, yeah, some are even very, very young, right? Very young.
Yeah, you can see some of them, they are under 10. What can they do? They are all defenseless. And you treat them, the photo I just sent you, do you have to press that hard to a boy who isn't doing anything wrong?
Yeah, okay. So is this protest, say, happening only in Kowloon or any other areas of Hong Kong?
Well, it also happens in other shopping malls on Hong Kong side.
So it's said that the Shatian shopping mall, yeah, there are
Yeah,
people
in
chanting
Times
and singing
Square.
there. Oh,
Yeah,
Times Square.
because we have shop there. Yeah, because they are shopping malls and we have lots of eateries there, and they are the popular place to spend family time.
All right. So basically, youngsters are celebrating Mother's Day with their homes, with their family members, with their parents. Is that
Yeah,
what you mean? Yeah. Okay. Um, and that's about today. It began from early morning and still carry on like that till now, right?
Yeah, it's still going on.
So, does it also have anything to do with the pro-democracy movement?
Well, I think they're coming out is a message that our support for democracy never dies.
Okay. So, um, also, do you think it has anything to do with the legislative election in September?
Well, what I see is that the question is getting more and more intense. And you know what happened in the Legislative Council? The violence there is so. I mean, it never happens like that before. Perhaps the election is coming, so the pro-government party they are starting to do something.
All right. Okay, please give us some description about it. We noticed that there's a report 2 days ago that the pro-democracy legislators got so like attacked, yeah, by the pro-Beijing legislators. And tell us what's going on there inside the
Well,
Legislative Council.
well, to be honest, I don't have much details, but from what I see, that Ray Chan, he was dragged forcibly from behind by the pro-Beijing lawmaker. That I mean, he should be condemned because, well, that Ray Chan, he didn't do anything, just talking. I mean, he's talking reasonably. So why you attack someone from behind like that? It's just, well, that shows how the pro-Beijing party will do whatever they can to stop people.
Stop people from say giving their opinions.
Right, because it said that Terry Lee, he doesn't have the powers to hold a meeting, but she still does that, and she was surrounded by security guards as protection, and the pro-democracy parties, they are, I mean, they were removed one by one. That
Out of the
scene
house.
is yeah, it's hard to see, and that lady, I forgot her name. Claudia Mo. I
Claudia
mean,
Mo, yes.
yeah, well, it's hard not to get emotional when you see it happens.
Yes, so you are telling us that the pro Beijing legislators, typically like Starry Lee, she was heavily guarded by security guards, right? While the pro-democracy legislators, especially the one you mentioned, he was dragged away, yeah,
Yeah,
and removed from the house. And it's so
right.
like you have physical contact, yeah. So yeah, and
Yeah,
that's why and the pro-democracy legislator Claudia Mo reduced to tears because it seems that
yeah, and
she looks very helpless.
right, because and after that incident, things get more and more chaotic.
Please tell us
Well,
how.
I mean, after that dragging, I mean, people, they just start, I don't know, but I think when you see what that happens, the pro-democracy party, I mean, they will just start, how to put it? I mean, it doesn't,
They were in despair.
I mean, yeah, they really show no respect for the people. They are just trying to talk in a peaceful way because that's their really he's not supposed to chair the meeting. Is not because she's not authorized to do that. That's from what I read, but I don't know. Sometimes when I see that, I get emotional too.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah,
So, and also what impressed me even more is that Hong Kong people like you and also like the Claudia Moore who were on site feel absolutely helpless. Yeah, things turned out to be very nasty. So they felt very helpless and didn't know what to do. Starry Lee, could you tell us more about her? So apparently she's pro-Beijing. So
yeah.
why she's there?
To be honest, I don't know much about that. I mean, because I never pay attention to her. He's pro Beijing, so she doesn't get my attention. I really don't give a shit about her.
Okay, Starry Lee, we all know that she is pro-Beijing, and we must admit that there are so many great Hong Kong ladies, yeah. But there are some people apparently have betrayed the Hong Kong people's interests, and Starry Lee is one of them. And another one is Regina Ip. According to my school, these women are very ambitious to, take the place of Carrie Lam, and they could be even more ruthless towards the Hong Kong people if they succeed. So these people that really must be pay attention to. So it's quite chaotic, yeah, in the
Yeah,
legislative
and
house.
well, my main concern now is that I don't want. The pro-Beijing parties, they would do everything they can to disqualify Dennis Kwok. That's my concern because Dennis Kwok, from what I see, he's doing things for the people of Hong Kong.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
of course, lawmakers in a democratic society, lawmakers are supposed to respond to people's voice, and he's there
yeah,
standing for the people. Yeah.
right. But the majority of them, they side with Beijing, so that's a big issue.
So that's why that concerns you very much. So
Yeah.
this is what's going on in Legislative House. So would you like to have more words about this forthcoming legislative election? Do you think this is the
Well,
beginning which shows the interference of the CCP in the lawmaking system of Hong Kong?
Well, our government they are giving away masks to the Hong Kong people free, and but on the condition that you have to give your personal data. I really doubt their intention. I just hope that is not a way to. To get the elder, when they give away masks, the elderlies they flock to the scene just for free masks. I hope that is not a way just to attract their vote.
All right. So basically, the government is sort of like making a trade with the elderly people to say, I give you a mask, you come to vote first. Is that what you mean? The pro-Beijing
Right.
camp, all right.
Well, actually, it's the government. It's the government who do the exercise. But my point is, well, if you are really wanting to give something free to a person, to help or to care, then you shouldn't expect anything in return. But they are asking you for your personal data, like address, your age, your name, everything.
So
That's
what?
really sounds fishy to me.
All right. So they want to have their personal, private information. So why do you want to
Right,
do that? Why do you want to have those personal
right.
information?
Yeah, you can just give away on the street, That's
Yeah.
also it's easy. You don't have to get there. You don't have to collect anything. You just give away. That's it.
Yeah, that's donation. That shows you are truly, say, like, do it out of your kindness, your
Right.
generosity.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
really care.
if you really care about the people, if it
Yeah,
shows that you are really, yes, doing things beneficial to people, rather than having some intention, yeah, to getting something back. It's sort of like a trade, yeah. So
right.
that's especially seems to be working on old people,
Yeah.
and you suppose that has something to do with the coming forth legislative election in this September, right?
Yeah, because well, the elderly, they are easily to bring rush. So most of the votes, if they vote for the pro Beijing party, then the whole state is ruined.
Yeah, I actually agree with you because we have this record in terms of during the district legislation, yeah, and the government gave out, say, like a rice, oil, and other things, goodie bags, to
Yeah,
the old people in order to, yes, in exchange for their votes for the pro-Beijing candidates. Yeah, we do have that record, don't we?
yeah, because well, they are most of them from low income family. I think well, they are willing just to vote for them in order to get those things. I mean, those freebies.
So that means that the government actually is abusing the most vulnerable group of people with no income who are care about having these things
Well,
like
actually, it
household
seems
thing. Yeah.
right. It seems bribery for me.
Yes, sounds very much so. So that is what's going on in legislative election.
Yeah, it's coming in September, so it's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, are you worrying about it?
Well, I think given what I see the previous weeks, I'm getting more and more concerned. Because if we get less than 35 votes, then all I mean the decision makers will go to the pro-Beijing side.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Also, have you heard about that your former two chief executives, Tong Chunhua and the other one, Liang, what's his name?
Yeah,
They
I
formed
mean
a alliance.
well,
Yes.
we call them 689 because they form a Hong Kong coalition this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
it's
tell us
backed
more about
by
it. Yeah.
well, I know that. Well, it said, I mean, the coalition is set to boost the economy or for the benefit of welfare, but up and also they to show kindness, they also give away masks this week. And you know, weeks ago, no, not weeks ago, days ago, another party, the volunteers, they are doing the giving away on the street. But you know what they get is some police cops, they go there and charge them for violating social gathering rules, things like that, and give them tickets. I mean, they are just giving hand sanitizers and masks, and it's not supposed to be charged for whatever. But then that's what they get, and each one they are charged 2,000. But when Tong Chi-hua and that Leung Chen-ying, they are doing the same thing days ago, nothing happens. And you know what? Actually, that day was more chaotic than the day before. The police they come here and then do nothing, let them go.
So
Nobody get charged, nobody get ticket.
so apparently there is you can see a discrimination. There's a discrimination between say treating the pro-Beijing and the pro-democracy groups by the
Yeah,
police. Yeah,
right. It's no secret they are doing work differently.
and it's a very open. Yeah, it's open. It's not a secret anymore, and it's just
Yeah,
in daylight. Everybody can see that. You don't. They don't.
right,
They don't bother to cover it up anymore.
right.
So that's do you think that's very worrying to you? Yeah.
I think the whole city, I mean, the pro-democracy parties, people, they are really getting concerned about that because even we get attacked, we get torture. I mean, we are still the victim, but it ends up we become the defendant. The attacker, they can let go, and we have to get detained. And do you see any justice in there?
Yeah, indeed. So we can actually also talk about those. Mention that there is some evidence that are caught on camera that there is collusion between the police and the thugs. The thugs attacked pro-democracy people, where the police let them go, and also police detain the victims of the thugs, right?
Right, because when the witness and that day is there are four people at Lennon Ward. They got attacked by a bunch of 40. I think I call them mobs because they are carrying hammers and cutters. I mean, what what's the purpose to have those things at that time of the day? If it's not for attack, then I don't know what that is. And then some witness told the police that, I mean, he told the police what they see, how the attack happened. Then the witness, he ends up to be, I mean, to be charged. I forgot what I forgot he was charged for what, but then the the attackers they were let go. They didn't do anything. But I mean the person who got attacked, I mean some he lost there was a person who lost his teeth and another who get an eye injury. I don't know what happened to them because there's no follow up, but you can see that, wow, 40 people on 4 person and they are armed. I mean, they are armed, they are unarmed, they are carrying no weapons. You, I mean, you see lots of things like this every day. It's now on daily basis. I just don't know if there's an end to it. The police brutality is really it's growing and growing, and nothing can stop it because our government, they would not. I mean, they would not do anything about it. What they do is to let brutality gets more and more, and we people have to defend ourselves. But no, our ability is limited, so that's really worrying.
So the pro-democracy people are basically they do not have any protections from the government, and they do not even take weapons for self-defense. But on the other side, the police and the thugs, yeah, police of course are fully armed, and the thugs have weapons, yeah, to attack violently against these pro-democracy people. They come out in big numbers, right, and overpowered the pro-democracy group. Is that what you mean?
Right. So when I see that pro-democracy party they got kicked out of the council, I just feel that well only God can help us because well they've done everything, but their ability is also limited. I mean they get no backup from anyone. So and the and really, I mean all those pro-Beijing party, their power just get stronger and stronger. So how can we defeat them?
I understand. So that's what's going on in the street, in the enforcement sector, and we also see some very worrying things going on in the legislative body. So what about the justice system? So what we have seen so far in terms of like who has been charged and who hasn't.
Well, I know that there are two students under 20 and they are pending trial, but they are already convicted of rioting. So it remains to be seen what, I mean, the sentence, how many years in jail would be given to them. I mean, actually, well, those rioting, they really didn't do anything. And
They
those
didn't
attackers,
write at all.
no, I mean when they just arrest somebody and then put a charge to them, they hardly did anything. But when you see the people out there attacking people, they are given no charge. You can walk freely. So there's really no justice, and the rule of law, forget it, is no longer there.
Yeah. So the victims are get charged for writing, and then
Yeah,
the thugs are totally free from being charged. And
yeah,
there's no charge or no investigation for the police who has so like over, yeah, they abuse their powers to attack people. There's no misconduct whatsoever, yeah, to be say like investigated at all. So that's what we see. Also, you mentioned that and terrorist attacks have been worsening in Hong Kong especially the last few days. Tell us about it. It seems that the police stop and search youngsters
yeah.
everywhere. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because the previous week and we have that sing with you something like that had taken place, and we have them. I mean, the protesters are just sing in the mall and nothing happened. But then the police, they just storm into the mall. I mean, they are in huge number, all heavily geared with guns, with baton, everything. I mean, and then some people, they just try to reason with them, but no use. They just got arrested. I don't know what happened to them afterwards, but if they, I mean, every peaceful act met with their brutality and arrest. But people still coming out to show support. I mean, that's what I appreciate their bravery, because they should know that what they do would end up with torture, their brutal treatment, but they still come out.
So even like that, facing this kind of police brutality every day, and uh, according to you, why Hong Kong people still carrying on? Why do they still, say, stand up to the police? Maybe they still are aware that they are in danger, their personal lives are in danger in terms that they could be detained, they could be disappeared, they could be, you know, allegedly suicide.
Well, I mean, 2047 is still sometimes away, but this year, 2020, we already see how our rights, privilege are already gradually taken away. I mean, by 2047, if nothing, I mean, if there's no improvement, if we don't get what we deserve, then the whole city is ruined, especially the young children, because by 2047, the young generation would be their prime age then.
Yeah.
I mean, for me,
Uh,
I mean, the older generations, we may not be around to see it, but the younger ones, they are our future. If we don't fight for it, then totally ruined.
so you are telling us that it's because these people, especially young generation, they are concerned about their future. Yeah.
Yeah,
When
because I
they
think
say
we're
like,
also fighting for them.
yeah,
I mean, what we
yeah,
fight is for their future.
yeah, because 2047 is supposed to be the year when the Basic Law or the Communist Party's promise to maintain Hong Kong's autonomy to expire. So if now the situation is so bad in terms that the CCP failed to commit its yeah, its
Yeah, because
obligation
I
to the
mean,
Hong Kong people, then it could be even worse. So Hong Kong people
yeah,
need to stand up to fight for their future. So is
yeah,
that
we
what you're
can see that
telling us?
CCP, they can no longer wait to take full control of Hong Kong. That's what makes us angry.
Yeah. Yes, they are very angry. That's why they
Yeah.
become more and more ruthless on you. So, what is your suggestion that the international community could do for the Hong Kong people?
Well, I just want sanctions to come, and I know that many top officials, they have assets overseas. Well, I think the punishment for them is to freeze all their assets.
So sanction,
Yeah,
sanctions on the Hong Kong officials and the CCP. Yeah,
right.
and anything else?
Well, I don't know this what I can think of, but I really hope that will really happen. I mean, freeze their assets is the first one. And
That should be a
yeah,
very effective one because the CCP leaders very care about their overseas hidden
yeah, because
assets.
they send their children's overseas educations, whatever.
Yes.
So freeze them and kick them out of the country would be the best punishment for them. I mean, for the time being, that's what I can think of and what I would love to see.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. So anything else you'd like to share with us about what's going on in Hong Kong and your concerns?
Well, I'm still too emotional to share too much. I have to do it later.
Well, oh, okay. Oh, so I'm so sorry for you, Hong Kong, Connie. And we promise you we'll fight on, okay? We'll stand with you. And we'll let your voice be heard around the world as far as we can do, okay?
But
So,
thanks for
well,
your efforts to bring the awareness to
yeah,
more people.
yes, yeah. So that world now never forget Hong Kong. Let's stand with Hong Kong people, show our solidarity.
Yeah,
So
we'll
thank you
keep
so much,
fighting.
Connie. Yes, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Connie. And welcome to come back to join us. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Love to.
Have a
Yeah.
nice day.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Okay, please spread the news, the truth about Hong Kong, and make the people aware what's going on in Hong Kong. Show your solidarity with Hong Kong people. Let's fight together. Thank you. Bye.